Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that modern civilization has vanished. No cities, no technology, no roads. The sounds of traffic are gone. Only wind, birds, and distant animal calls echo across the open landscape. Now imagine the opposite. An ancient human suddenly appears in the middle of our modern world. He stares in amazement at towering buildings, bright lights, moving vehicles, and thousands of unfamiliar faces. At first, modern life seems incredible. Food is everywhere, comfort is abundant, and information arrives instantly. People communicate across the world in seconds, and machines perform tasks that once required enormous effort. But after watching carefully, the ancient human notices something strange about the people around him. Everyone appears busy and connected, yet many seem distracted, stressed, and strangely disconnected from reality. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans evolved in environments completely different from the modern world. Our ancestors survived in wild landscapes where awareness, cooperation, and adaptation were essential for survival. Every instinct you possess today was shaped by challenges faced by those ancient humans over countless generations. Although civilization has transformed dramatically, the basic structure of the human brain has changed very little. Ancient people woke up with the sunrise and ended their day shortly after darkness covered the land. There were no glowing screens interrupting sleep, and no endless streams of content competing for attention. Life moved more slowly, but every action carried importance because survival depended on making good decisions. Now our ancient visitor stands on a hill overlooking a crowded modern city for the very first time. People rush through streets while staring at devices in their hands, barely noticing the world around them. Thousands of individuals move together through the city, yet very few make eye contact or start conversations. The ancient human becomes increasingly confused as he tries to understand what everyone is looking at. Why are people giving so much attention to tiny glowing rectangles that fit inside their pockets? To an ancient human, attention is one of the most valuable resources a person can possess. In prehistoric times, losing focus for even a few moments could have dangerous consequences. A sudden movement in the grass might indicate a predator preparing to attack. A strange sound from the darkness could signal danger approaching the tribe's camp. Attention wasn't used for entertainment. It was a critical survival tool developed through evolution. But in today's world, attention has become one of the most valuable commodities on Earth. Every app, website, notification, and advertisement competes aggressively for a share of your focus. Entire industries are built around understanding how to keep people engaged for as long as possible. The ancient human watches in disbelief as people willingly spend hours staring at screens every day. Then he notices something even more surprising than the smartphone itself. Food is everywhere. It fills shelves, restaurants, delivery apps, and vending machines on nearly every corner. The abundance seems unbelievable compared to the uncertainty experienced by ancient hunter-gatherers. Finding food once required patience, teamwork, physical effort, and a great deal of luck. Some days were successful, other days brought hunger and uncertainty. Because food was scarce, evolution rewarded people who craved calorie-rich foods whenever they appeared. Sugar, fat, and salt became powerful rewards because they improved survival chances in difficult environments. Those same instincts still exist inside us today, even though our environment has changed dramatically. The ancient human struggles to understand why abundance sometimes creates new problems instead of solving old ones. People are surrounded by food, yet many still struggle with obesity, diabetes, and poor health. His survival-focused brain cannot easily understand this modern contradiction. Then he notices another mystery that seems equally confusing. Despite living among millions of people, Many individuals describe themselves as lonely and isolated. From an ancient perspective, this makes very little sense. Humans evolved in small tribes where everyone depended on one another for survival. Being separated from the group often meant increased danger and fewer chances of survival. Strong social bonds were not optional, they were essential. The need for connection remains deeply wired into the human brain even today, yet modern lifestyles often reduce the close relationships our ancestors experienced daily. The ancient human watches crowded streets full of people who barely interact with each other. Thousands of people stand together physically while remaining emotionally distant from one another. Then he discovers social media and becomes fascinated by its possibilities. Instant communication across enormous distances seems almost magical from his perspective. People can share thoughts, images, and experiences with others around the world in seconds. But after observing longer, he notices a hidden psychological cost. People constantly compare themselves to others and rarely feel satisfied with what they have. Appearance, wealth, popularity, success, and status become endless sources of comparison. Ancient humans compared themselves only with a small group of familiar tribe members. Modern humans compare themselves against millions of carefully edited online lives. Finally, the ancient visitor begins to understand the deeper problem. Technology and civilization have evolved at an incredible speed, far faster than biological evolution. Our environment transformed dramatically, but our ancient psychological instincts remained largely unchanged. Psychologists call this phenomenon an evolutionary mismatch between our brains and our surroundings. Many modern struggles emerge because ancient survival instincts operate in an environment they never evolved for. And perhaps the most important lesson is this: understanding our ancient brain may help us live better in the modern world.